Everybody get up, it's time to slam now. We got the real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance, do your dance at the Space Jam. Alright.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Train Man. We're back in the vehicle assembly building, as we started the last episode, I believe. But today we're going to do something a little bit different, reason being, well, today's going to be a designing episode. It's going to be a lot of concepting going on. Reason being that I went and looked on the map just to see what was going on, and I noticed that we still have a guy stuck out there. We've got, I think it was Bill Kerman. He's stuck orbiting Ike. So at the very least, we're going to need this to start off. This is going to be our new interplanetary module, I guess. There's not quite as much to put on it because we're not dealing with we're not going to use a mobile processing lab. I don't feel like I have the mainsail. I'll wait until I have the mainsail for that. But as I was saying, there's not as much to put on it as there was, or as there is, in my very mod-packed save, so I'm a little bit lost as to what to do. We have this hitchhiker storage container. How heavy is this? 2.5. That's still pretty heavy. What kind of struts do we have? We have this girder segment. I don't feel like we have big enough parts to warrant using this thing yet. Although this isn't going to be the lander, so we're probably going to want something like this. Hold on, I'm going to need RCS fuel as well. I'm going to take a cue from what Scott Manley's doing, and I'm going to make this a, whatchamacallit, a multi-part vessel, because we're going to want to have this, which is to save Bill, and this is going to want to have a bunch of fuel, but we're also going to want to have a tug to bring this, and we're going to want to have a lander as well, because we still haven't landed anything on Ike. So this is kind of our main stage. This is going to be the IO-1 Grace. And then down here, like, Ike Orbiter. So this is going to be the Ike Orbiter. This is not the busser, but it may be feeding fuel into it. We're going to need a docking port on top. Click. By the way, I'm beginning to have mixed feelings about about the mods. I know originally I was saying, oh, when I run out of things to do, I'll switch over to the mods, but now I've actually gotten accustomed to them. And that's not good. But I've gotten accustomed to them, and I'm kind of missing not having them. Of course, some of them aren't updated yet. But they do change the game quite a bit. They make it a lot more interesting. I'm gonna want a decoupler here. Although I know some of them don't quite work right with career mode yet, and some of them I believe you have to attach stuff, or you have to put stuff that is way too bulky. Let's get the... Oh, we don't have the other one, do we? No, we don't. Oh well. We're using this one then. Some of the stuff you have to add parts manually, which is kind of annoying. And I'm not sure how to do it. I just know that you have to do it because there are people talking to the forum threads about it and saying, oh, it's pretty easy, and I just have no idea. So if you get parachutes on this thing, what else do we need? We're going to want some scientific instruments, no doubt. The lander, with all its signs, is probably going to come down to Kerbin separately. So this is just going to be the... Now, you know what? That gives me an idea. Now, you know what? I'm going to have the lander be a one-person ordeal. Just to make it not as heavy. Or bulky. Trying to figure out what else I need on this. Oh, I need RCS jets, of course. RCS jets in control. Let's move these guys far away. They have more leverage. Oh wait, should be on 4, not 3. And up here... Yeah, like this. Like this. That's good. Now this one's kind of in an awkward spot. Hold on, let's see if I use 3 on this one. Nah, it's not coming out right. That works, I guess. I guess we're sticking with that then. Alright, so that's our main stage. Just the orbiter. This is going to go over, it's going to get to his position, and it's going to rescue him. Now we're going to need the buster to get us there and take us back. The buster might not be making all the translation moves and things, but I'm gonna have it be a middle section. Do we have the Rockomax hub yet? You know, now I don't feel like we're at sufficient level of technology to attempt this. I'm just gonna trash this. I'm gonna save this for now and to come back to it in a minute. I don't think we're at a sufficient technology level to attempt this. Hold on, let's get... How much fuel do you think this buster needs? Quite a bit, probably. So let's... I'm not just gonna have it made of fuel, but... Attach that up there. Put some nukes underneath. Let's actually angle these guys outward a little bit so it doesn't burn anything off of the things, especially like the solar panels. Sorry. I'm gonna need some fuel ducts. Connect to this. These. And I'm gonna bring along some drop tanks. I know last time we had drop tanks, we smashed something into the ground. But this time, I promise, we'll be better. Also, I'm gonna use one of these guys. And let's get some struts in here. Right about here to here. Problem with struts, I can never make them even for the life of me. Spontaneous music. And I'm gonna want some... Where are they? Seppatrons. So either way, I'm gonna finish this mission. Unless, of course, we end up with another Kerbal stranded out there. Fine, just put them there. These guys should be in the same stage. I don't know why I'm really bothering the stage right now. Okay, so let me feed these guys in here. Oh, wait, fuel flows down, so I'm gonna need... No, wait. These ducts will suck from the farthest away. So that works. That works. I'm gonna give it a little more of a berth so we don't have to worry about this stuff. So I'm gonna give it that before attaching a shielded port. Shielded because I think they look good when put at the end of sticks. Then we're gonna need a probe body on this. What kind of... Okay, we've unlocked the Octo. That can be... Octo Dad! That should be alright. I know it's crooked, don't really care that much. So we've got the probe body, we're gonna need solar panels now. Every section has to have its own solar panels and batteries. Batteries down there. Let's put some solar panels down here as well. And we'll put some other ones up top. We know the issues we've come across with this before. We didn't put solar panels everywhere. I'm gonna want another one of those cones up here. Alright, so here is our pusher. What PB are we on? Okay, so we're on PB2. PB2. Huh. First thing that came to mind. Something else I want to do. This is the current mission at hand, but something else I want to do is send another mission to Minmus, because there are biomes on Minmus now. Also, I probably want to cover more of the biomes on Mun. And there is the busser. The actual parts will probably be attached to here in order to launch us. Alright, so we have that part built. Let's design a lander now. First thing we're going to want is the lander can. And the lander can, top of the lander can, we're going to want a science experiment. Click. Same with the sides of the lander can. It's going to be a pretty simple one, as it happens. No, wait. Let's turn that around. No, that's no good. Let's, put this like this. this like that. More of a sky crane setup now. Probably very liable to tip over. We should not do this. What's the difference between this one and the Mark II? Two-liter can. This thing has monoprop in it? Just by default? Does this one? It does, wow. Mass 0.66, 2.6. Alright, I'm gonna go with this one because it's lighter, much lighter. Maybe I can do that. That's a weird setup, but it works. Now we're gonna need some landing legs. Here we are. Might wanna turn this. Not that way. To the 45. This is probably going to be a shorter episode because I don't want to cram building this and flying this into the same span. We're going to need the other instruments too, and we're going to need solar panels as well. So let's get out some solar panels. I'm going to use those this time. This is where all the scientific instruments are going to be. Not like that. Up here, barometer, don't really need it. Seismic accelerator. That's it. Yep, that's it. I'm just trying to space these guys out. Seismic accelerator can be here. Thermometer can stay there. Barometer should go here. And we're gonna want a antenna of some kind. So I'll put it there. This is a very, very strange lander. Why do I think we'll need this much fuel? We're not done with it yet, though. We need to put the RCS on it. RCS is probably going to be... That's the really small one, wrong one. I'll put the RCS fuel tank there. Hopefully we have a good landing and don't break it. I'll put some RCS thrusters there. And up here. Hold on. I think I figured out where I can put them. Put them like this. They'll work fine. This is going to be a very, very strange lander. Also, I really hope we burn off all of the... Really hope we burn off all of the fuel before we land. Or else the parachute might just rip us apart. Unless I install the parachute somewhere really clever. Or I install a crap ton of parachutes. Yep. Crap ton it is. Alright, I gotta cue these guys into an action group. Action groups are here. Custom 9. Toggle panels. And save. Now let's load up the other one with the panels. It's not SL. It's IO. I was like, where'd it go? And then I realized I put it all the way up here. This is the most standard looking ship in the collection. And we're gonna need action groups. Custom 10. No, custom 8. Toggle panels. Alright. Save that. Let's put these in a different stage, shall we? Because they belong in a different stage. I've got to make launch systems for all these guys. Ugh. Break out the parts again. Now I need to build a launch system for this. Alright, we're gonna need a decoupler first thing. Decoupler here. And then we've only got a bi-coupler and a tri-coupler. So, I'm not a poodle, I'm a skipper. I don't want to do this without the mainsail. I'll be honest. But I'll just brute force it. Grab these. Get more fuel. More engines. More weight. Strut these guys up, and we're gonna get at least one layer of solid fuels. Then we're gonna test this guy out. All the launches. No. You know, I'm not even gonna do the launches. We're gonna do so much building today. Alright. Solid fuels, solid fuels, solid fuels. Actually, these might want to get moved up just a bit. Come on. Alright, now we need to add solid fuels. Let's zoom out a little bit. Solid fuels. Solid fuels. Here, right? Yeah, that's right. Alright. Strut these guys up. Click, click, click. Strut. Oop. Strut. And a strut. Now we gotta strut this main part up so that it doesn't snap in half. Oh, and we need some of those launch towers, don't we? Yeah, they might be helpful. And I'm gonna add a lot of them because I don't want the ship... Really, there's no detriment to adding a lot of them, it's just a lot of things in the staging. If you add too many launch towers, it's not like your rocket's gonna be too heavy, it's just gonna be too stable. God forbid. Gonna want to turn these engines on with those. Gonna want to turn this engine on with those. We're gonna need some fuel ducts. Forgot about them. That doesn't look right. That's better. Alright, so everything turns on. And then sometime later, these drop, and then those drop, and then that disconnects, and this engine should turn on. And then that disconnects, and the parachutes go off. I'm very tempted to place. You know, I am going to. Oh, not that many. I think I should only have 2. Because I don't want to disrupt the current functionality of the rocket. But I do want to put these guys on here, just in case this thing ends up not having enough fuel. And we need to rendezvous and give it more. Oh yeah, the tweakables. Forgot about those guys. Quite helpful. Okay, so this should be alright. Let's move on to the next one. Save, load, what's next? Next one is King's Cross. We need to make the launcher for this one. This is going to be by far the most awkward one to launch. First thing we're going to need is decouplers, as usual. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there. Next thing is these guys. Just barely fit. Alright, and then we're gonna need the big fuel tanks now. Not right now. Come on. Why don't you fit? Are we brushing up against that docking? Oh, never mind. Guess not. No, we're not. Okay, my worries are not necessarily needed. Strut these guys up as usual. Stick some skippers on them. And this is stuck in the ground just a bit, so I'm gonna lift it just a hair. There we go, that's better. And this thing will have enough thrust to, yeah, hopefully. Let's get some solid fuels on it, as usual. Really, truly wish that we had the main sails. Nope. Nudge this one over then. No, wait, that's wrong. No, wait, this one's... Oh, dear God. Come on. There we go. That's better. That's much better. Let's get the solid fuels out. Alright, that should be enough solid fuels to get us going. Shut these guys up. I'm paying no mind to like air resistance or any of those things. If we were in the modded version, I'd be paying attention to making it aerodynamic because I have far. Oh, for goodness sake. Control Z. That'd be Ferrum Aerospace. I don't want the fuel ducts, actually. I want the strut connectors. They both do kind of the same thing, except one carries fuel and one doesn't. Is there still... No. Never mind. They're alright. Gotta fire these engines at the same time, though. These should all drop at the same time, and then these drop afterwards, and as the 4 engines go off. You think I should install afterburners on this? I don't think we need to. If it has a miserable failure, then I don't think... Then I will. But I don't think we need them yet. Stop with the hydraulic detachment manifold. I do agree with the Kerbal engineers, though. That's a great word. These guys should all be in this stage. I noticed the Kerbal X, by default, you fire the engines before you leave the launch pad, which I found very strange. Or, well, you fire the engines before you drop these, which I found very strange. I mean, it gives a nice effect. No. Not for me. Alright. Hold on. Just look at something. I'm curious. Wow, okay, so yeah, it has a really bad... yeah, it has a really bad... thingy. Really bad ISP at sea level. Sorry, I was reading. Alright, next. We save this, right? Let me just... Fix. Save. And then... not launch. Load up the next one, which is... oversize. Oh, I didn't even put the docking ports on this. Let me do that right now. I don't know why it worked when I had 2x symmetry on and didn't work when I had 1. This is a very non-aerodynamic payload. Alright, so again, second thing this time we need is a decoupler. How heavy is this? Is there a way to see? No, there isn't. Can't be any heavier than my original, the lunar landers. Hold on then, let me save this, and maybe I can just cheat a little bit. Let's use the Moon Crashers, rockets. Should be more than enough. Click. And that's why this is useful. So let me load the other thing without saving. Resize. Go into here, grab the light payload launcher, and place it right after I stop there from being two decouplers. What is this on? This is on try, right? I'm gonna attach these on this side to where they seem to work, and I'll let them attach to whatever they want over there. Like that landing strut, for example. No, I'll attach all these to the underside of the main fuel tank, because that seems to be a spot that works. And I'll attach them from the middle of the black so that we don't get any weird torquing. Not twerking, torquing. Ah, damn it. No, okay, nope. No, my listeners is bad. Okay, that's attached to an engine. I am okay with that. Almost attached to a solar panel, but it's not. One of these then will end up being attached to a solar panel. This one would have been if I made it go straight. So we've got two attached to an engine. Alright, I think everything's started up on this one. Save. This one should have all of its... No, it does. Oh yeah, it does. You drop the solid fuels first. Then you drop... No. Hold on, that's not right. You don't drop all the liquid fuels at once, because some of them have 30s. Some of them have 45s. No, they don't actually. This one is built wrong. Let me fix this. These guys should have 45 so that we have the thrust gimbaling right off the bat. Actually, now that I think about it, the liquid fuels should not be firing at the same time as the solid fuels. That's not how this one was designed. So solid fuels go, and then the first two sets of liquid fuels. No, the first three it should be. So these guys go. Then that's actually going to be right when we drop the solid fuels. Let me move all these into this stage. Solid fuels get dropped. These guys all fire. Get rid of the stage. I'm not sure if I've got my fuel ducts on this one yet. No, I don't. Alright, let me fix that. I'm just tacking them on the top because it's something I can see. Attach them like that, and then alright, so then these outer guys, the 45s are going to drop first. Which ones are connected to the 45s? Nobody's admitting to it. It's one of these. Alright, it's these guys. These guys drop first, and we light the second set of 45s. Then these guys drop sometime afterwards, and then this whole thing falls away, and we switch over to... Not what I meant to do. Hate it when it does this to me. I hate it when it does this, period. That's a very inconvenient place to put that button. Good thing you don't lose anything when you come back in. I'm sure you guys saw that coming. Okay, so as I was saying, without clicking that button. Alright, so now when those drop, these guys fire up. And of course this guy has docking ports and we'll be able to transfer fuel as needed, but I don't think we're going to be using too much of that fuel. However, what I think would be a good investment, set that like that, would be to do this. Wrong category. May make it a little heavier, but it's still not nearly as heavy as the original lunar lander. Right, so we're gonna want... What did I just want? Oh, I just need 4 more RCS on that. There we go. That's better. Also, this should be flown up by a probe body as well, because the only manned module is going to be hold on, wait, I can do this better, as not to leave so much debris. What I can do is I can take one of these, flip it around upside down, attach it there, put this on top, and then put the probe body on it. But I'm gonna want some batteries first. Where's the other battery bank? Do we really not have it? That's a shame. Okay, then let me put these guys on the side. Also, I realize these guys could probably do better down there. Tack some solar panels on, not so great ones because they're not that important, and put a stave potnik on it. That's better. This thing is going to be launched without crew. The only one that's going to be launched with a person in it is going to be the orbiter. But that's it. That has been a lot of building for today. And next week we will launch all of these up. I want to hear your input about mods. I know originally when I brought up making Kerbal Space Program series, someone went, please do it with mods. I don't remember who. And I'm not sure it was that spontaneous, but the point was given. Now that I'm getting back into the mods, I know all of them aren't set for 0.23 yet. There's still a couple that I'm waiting for, notably B9 and KW. The other guys are all set. I'm pretty much good. If there's any mods you recommend, drop them to me in the comments. And if there's any advice, tips, comments, just in general, things you want me to do. Somebody earlier today proposed to me flying to the sun, and I'll get around to that when I get around to it. I watched Zisto do it. It was actually kind of entertaining. Just don't look directly into it. It burns. And I need to go back to Minmus. But other than that, remember to post all of your feedback in the comments below. And I'll see you guys next week. Trainman out.